What's up?
Hello, hello, everybody.
Um, live, live on Facebook. Hello, everyone. Where is everyone tonight?
It's like a ghost town. Did we not get invited to the party again?
I guess not.
I don't think we did.
Carly's out doing karaoke without us again. There's Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's happening, Chris?
Rod said he'll be here too, so.
Okay.
Where is everybody?
We missed the party invite again.
That's all right. How's it going? Facebook Live. How's it going? Come join us in the Zoom room so we're not by ourselves. Hi, Chris. I see you, but I can't hear you.
It's now connecting.
Now connecting. Everybody's been sick. I apologize. Last week I had the flu, so I could not make Together Tuesdays. It was rough. I couldn't get out of bed.
It is that
Hi,
time of
honey.
year.
Hey, Ted.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Good, except for I'm on the verge of getting sick. So not that great.
No.
What happened?
Feels better, Christopher. Did you take medicine before you came on?
I did. Well, I took some Zinc. So
I tried to get some of the Loon crew to join us, but I think they're spent. They're tired for tonight. They got work tomorrow. Michelle said, "See ya, love ya."
That's a long day.
It is a long day. And we come on at night. Like we come on at 9 because we're trying to, get some of our West Coast families to join us because it's still early over there. So,
Right after dinner.
and it's our bedtime here on the East Coast.
Getting close to it.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Hey, Chris, did you register for conference?
I did.
Was the process easy?
I need the hotel still, but I did register. But yeah, I actually was like, I think 9 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
And actually, it went fairly smooth. There was one little thing online on the website, the little feet animated arrow was a little complex because I was trying to click on certain things and it wouldn't check. So it was a little difficult trying to manipulate it and make sure it hit the correct box at the correct way. And so other than that, though, I mean, it was fine. Yes.
Well, that's good to know. That's good feedback. So if you guys have not had a chance to look at our new website, please go and visit amcsupport.org. We did a complete revamp of the web. Well, I didn't. I just helped a little bit. Ted did all the hard work, and I just did a couple of edits here and there.
Yeah, definitely let us know. I mean, if that's a thing, I can take a look at that and maybe fix the coding on that too, to change once it goes over a form.
Yes. Hi, Felicity. Nice. Hi, Carly.
Wait, Carly? Hey, Carly. Hey, Abby.
Oh my. Come on. Thank you. Got it.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? How's the room doing?
We got a dog.
What?
A dog.
Hunter.
Hi.
Hi, Carly. You're not doing karaoke tonight. We should do karaoke.
Yeah, or actually, we're going next weekend, next Tuesday is karaoke night, and I'm taking Felicity and Hunter with me.
Fun. That is fun. We need to do a Zoom karaoke.
I will stay muted.
Ted said, nope, we are not singing on Zoom. We have some talented folks in our community. We would probably get blown away by some of the voices out there. How you doing, Felicity? How's things
Good.
going? Did you register for conference yet?
I did not.
Are you coming?
Well, yes. I'm kind of obligated. It's only 2 hours away.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And if not, I know a few people that'll drag me by my hair there. So.
Yeah. Even Bryce isn't saying he's not going anymore because he already registered. So now he's like, now I'm committed. Right.
That's exactly what you have to do. You have to register for conference and then you're committed. You have to come. Yeah, so we actually had a fun question come across my page earlier today, and so somebody wanted to know what to expect as their first time coming to conference.
Bring tissues.
What did you say, Chris? Say that again.
Bring tissues.
Bring tissues. That is something Teresa would say. Bring tissues. There'll be a lot of crying. What else, Chris? Besides the bring tissues.
What?
If you've never been around another AMCer, it is an amazing shock. It's like, oh my word, I'm not the only one. It is an amazing feeling to sit there and just see like a community of AMCers. There's so many emotions that go on, and
It's to drip something on the floor.
It's an amazing moment, and to see families together doing their thing and seeing kids just interacting with each other and having a blast, that's a really a great time. And it's one of those things where once you start coming, it's kind of hard to miss or want to miss, because it's just a really great week to get together with other like-minded people, like-bodied people. So yeah, I mean, it's a really awesome time.
Yeah, I have to agree, and I feel like for all the years that we have attended, it really has turned into a family reunion. Everyone gets to, obviously it's a long wait. You get the conference blues when conference is over, but I feel like once we arrive, it's like, especially Bryce is watching from or listening from work, but I know he gets excited and has to hug everybody the minute he gets through the door.
Yeah.
So it is one big family reunion without the hamburgers on the grill, but we do have a hamburger dinner, hamburger hot dog. So it's kind of like a nice family picnic. But yeah, so if you have not attended conference, you definitely need to register. Registration, early bird registration ends the end of this month, so your discounted tickets. I think general registration starts on the 1st of March. So yes, Ravanda, we hope you get to come. I don't know how far you are from Atlanta. I know Atlanta is pretty close and it is actually a pretty decent hub. The ATL airport. Michelle was telling me today that she was able to secure some nice tickets to come visit next month. So we might be in Georgia next month, you guys.
Cool.
Very close.
Yeah.
Okay, Felicity, Carly, what's your favorite part of conference?
You go first.
Well, put me on the spot. Yeah, for me, it's just the, like you said, the family reunion aspect. It's just being among my people.
Yes, your people.
My
Our
tribe.
Yeah, I've had a couple of descriptors of our family, and I know that a lot of similar organizations have uh, conferences, and I think that we have families that do attend other conferences that are similar to ours, and they said ours is the best. So that's awesome to hear. Felicity.
I'm still thinking. I don't know. Because if I say the same answer, it looks like I'm copying everybody. But like, I feel like that is my answer because like that feels more like a family reunion than my actual family reunions. I don't attend those anymore, and I still attend a conference. So I guess I feel like that's kind of heartfelt.
Yeah.
No, that's
Feels
awesome.
feels more like family than actual family reunions. So.
Yeah, I've heard that family reunions and conference is home for a lot. I know that Bryce has used that a lot. Um, home, home. So if you want that home feel, and if you want to, um, you know, what is it, Chris? Just that whole aspect of not feeling alone and um, being amongst your peers and being around people that walk like you, that roll around like you, that have the same leg braces or similar leg braces, or utilizes the same assistive technology. Um, I think for a lot of our families, it's just so relatable for some, and there's this calm that many experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
We don't have,
remember the first time that I went. I think I was okay, it was Jacksonville. You guys might remember what year that was better than me.
2015.
So I was 14. I think that's how old I was. And I remember going in, and I did know Ani and Abby. I didn't really know anybody else though, actually. I mean, I knew from like my mom telling me about like, oh my gosh, I'm friends with this person and this person on Facebook. But I was like, I don't know who these people are. Like, I'm 14. I'm just worried about boys, like, you know. But like when I went in, I remember I just like looked around and I stopped and I made my mom go up to the room with me because I was freaked out. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like there's 100,000 of me right now and it's really freaking me out, mom. I need to hide. But then like once I started talking to people and stuff, I was like, wow, oh my gosh. I thought I was the only person in the world that struggled with this. And now you shove your face in your plate like a dog too. I love it. Like, I don't know. It was very mind settling knowing that I wasn't the only person that does things the quote unquote weird way.
Yes, that is so true, Felicity. I know that for me, like on the opposite end, I'm a mom, so I see so many of our moms meet one another for the first time, and of course, there's lots of tears shed because there's that support aspect that we have year round on Facebook, and through Mom's Zoom if we do have one scheduled. And so it's meeting those moms and the kids playing with one another for the first time. That those are those first that you just is just priceless moments. Hey Sierra, hey Rod, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing
Good.
well.
Good. Glad to see you here. Rod, you coming to Atlanta? You coming to conference?
if I don't, Felicity, Carly, and Sherry are going to kill me. So it's pretty much set in stone
It's
that
a
I
done deal.
have to come. Oh, good.
Did you see the face I made when you asked him that question? I was like, Uncle Rod, you better say the right words right now.
Right. The pressure is on. So
For
yeah,
sure.
Uncle Rod has to come through. So,
Uncle Rod has to be there. So, okay. I'm excited. I'm excited that because this will be your first conference, right, Rod?
Yeah, it'll be my first major conference. So yeah, I'm stoked about it. So
Nice.
do it.
Yay.
That is
I'm
awesome.
so excited. He's like my long lost uncle, and he
Yeah.
protects me. He protects me from all the bad things.
That's right.
See, and that's I think the best part about our community is not only are we supporting one another, at the annual conference, but we're supporting each other year round. And I know this group in particular have a weekly support session. If you're an adult with arthrogryposis, and you want to join this lovely crew, Chris, Felicity, Carly, Rod, Sierra, Sherry's not feeling well, and Bryce and a few others. Courtney's not here tonight. But there's a good amount of dedicated adults. I know, is it Kylie and Kaz, and who else joins? There's a good
Nick,
amount of, oh yeah, Nikki.
Nikki.
Yeah, a good amount of adults that meet every Saturday on Zoom, and it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're an adult, please look at our social media posts for the link. Of course, they will welcome you with open arms, and Rod will become your uncle as well.
Right. Add one more to the bunch.
Right, that's right. And if you don't have a chance to meet everyone at a conference, we also have opportunities to get together in smaller settings. And we're hoping to have a list for this year that we're going to put out soon once those details are confirmed. So smaller meetings in local areas, if you're interested in hosting one, please let us know. So Sierra, tell us your favorite part of conference.
Just meeting everyone
Yeah.
and making the connections.
What was your first conference like? Were you in shock?
I was, yeah. I mean, so I went to a summer camp for teens and adults with physical disabilities. So my first conference it had that vibe where I just belonged, and like it doesn't matter if I can't do some things because we'll figure it out as a team. It's not like, well, I can't do this, so I feel like isolated.
Right, right. Yeah, no, I think that's another thing. Like Felicity, you probably remember the most because you were a teen growing up with us at conference all those years, and you went through all of those stages from teen to young adulthood and those transitions, and so that I think is a huge, huge testament to our community because you were able to not only lean on the teens coming to conference, but also the adult population whom you have developed, a wonderful friendship group with. So I know for a lot of our families that are struggling with, their AMC or just everyday life, independence, employment. This is one community that you could definitely lean on. And if you're struggling with anything, I absolutely love this group because they are so dedicated to meeting every Saturday and really supporting one another. I know they get silly in there because I've been in there checking on them.
You have no idea.
Bryce tells me to join like at midnight when things have pretty much calmed down and everybody's gone. So I don't get to see all the partying that happens, but I know that there's a lot of fun that happens. But there's a good amount of support as well. I know that I've popped in when Sherry had some issues, and we all talked through it, and that's the good part about our community is that we definitely need that opportunity to talk with one another and support one another, not just at conference and not every Saturday, but on Together Tuesdays as well. Zach chimed in. He's a dad with AMC, and he used to be one of our board members. And he says, I remember like it was yesterday, a room full of babies, but scooting around like his Gracie. And I've been able to watch her grow up with many of those same kids. And just a true testament to the dedication of our families. They come year after year, and they've come for for the last 19 years. So that's pretty awesome to grow up with, your friends, your family, your friends that become family as well. So
I remember last year at conference, speaking of like little kids scooting around, I remember seeing one of the little girls scooting around, and she was scooting sideways, and it reminded me of when I was a kid. Like I scooted like forward, but I was like, oh, like I used to do that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know that's like one of the things that we also hit home when we arrive at conference. We do a pre-con, and we get to meet with the staff of the hotel, and that's one of the things that we describe to the hotel staff is to expect the unexpected. You'll see lots of butt scooting, and you'll see people eating with their feet, and all of that is just our everyday. So so there's no shock factor or people. Nikki. It's all. If Sherry was feeling good, we would almost have a full house, and we'll have Bryce next week. He said he'll join
Ooh,
us.
my
Cool.
microphone's on the wrong.
What's up, Nikki?
Not my microphone. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay, good. It's
Ooh.
my camera is plugged into the wrong, it's plugged into my work dock instead of my home dock.
Oops.
Let's see. Do we have video?
There we are.
Hey, there you go.
What's up, girl? How are
Hello.
you? Hey,
I
we were
am-
talking about conference. Tell
I'm
us about.
excited about conference.
I know you're coming. Tell us about your first experience at conference. Listen, my fond memory of you is talent show, and unfortunately, we don't do the talent show anymore. But it's
That's okay. That's okay. I'm still bringing my flag, and I'm just gonna show off anyways. I'll have my
Okay,
own talent
perfect.
show.
Nice.
Sweet.
I'm still gonna choreograph something and perform for whoever will watch. I'll put like a little hat out and collect.
We'll all be watching you.
We'll
My
take a side for it.
my first conference, I was 19, so that was 11 years ago. And I forget how my mom and I found out about it. I can't remember. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. So 11 years ago is, and I remember going because it was in Vegas. So my mom and I road tripped down there, and I was all bummed because I was 19 and it was Vegas. I was like, what? I can't do anything in Vegas.
Aw.
But there was so many people that I met. Like, I think I added people on Facebook and on social media before going to the conference, just so that I could be a little familiar with it. And I met my friend Ashley there, and she is more affected in her hands and her arms and wrists. I'm more affected in my feet, hips, legs. So we were polar opposites. And I just remember sitting there and we were just bouncing questions off of each other. I was like, can you stand on your tippy toes? Can you sit cross-legged? Can you this? And she was like showing me that she can do those things. And then on the opposite end, she's like, can you put your hair in a ponytail? Can you things that I can do with my arms and hands that she couldn't or had trouble doing. And so it was just, and I remember going to dinner with her and she was eating spaghetti. And I felt super rude. And I told her, I was like, please excuse me. I'm like fascinated by watching you eat right now. Because I'd never met somebody that was more affected in their hands. And like, it was something new to me. So I'm like watching her like a TV show. I'm like, I'm fascinated. Keep eating spaghetti.
I love that story. That's awesome. Anything you're looking forward to, Nikki, since you haven't been in a while?
Just it's going to be super weird to me to see some of the people that I met that were very small children
Mhm.
11 years ago and 9 years ago, because I went again, or no, I don't know. I went when I was 19. I went when I was 23. I can't do math.
Right. You went through both the Vegases.
Yes. And so it's going to be really strange for me seeing like people who were very small children
Mhm.
that are no longer very small children.
They're probably adults now.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm just like, it's going to be super strange, really, really weird for me.
Mhm.
And then otherwise, I mean, I'm excited for the whole thing. I haven't been in 7 years, so.
That's exciting. Well, I'm glad that you will be in Atlanta with us. That's so exciting. Yeah, I will say that that is probably one of the things that I am the most shocked about is coming to conference, especially after our break due to COVID. We had a large teen group, and then COVID struck, and we didn't meet in person for 2 years. And when we came back from that small little break, everybody was in that teen group was adults. So
They
it
turned
was,
into me.
yeah, it was
Aw.
crazy. It was so crazy. And then you see the kids that were in the preteen group, they're like the new teen group. So and I know as time goes on, they'll also become adults because they grow so fast. So yeah, everything is so bittersweet. My AMC year is going to be 22 this year, so yikes. So crazy. Okay, y'all, I have a list. And I want you guys to help me um add to this. So I'd like to post and also have Ted add these tips and tricks for really taking uh, conference by storm and really enjoying it and getting the most out of it. So does anybody have any tips that they would like to share? Especially if you're a first time attendee? I know we got the whole bring the tissues. Um, we got that down, but anything else that you can think of that you wish you would have known or
Don't be afraid to just go up to people and talk to them because most likely they're nice.
Yeah.
And you
Mhm.
can form good friendships like that.
Yeah.
That's how I was. I was nervous to talk to everybody, and my mom just kind of like shoved me. I was like, "Go right now, or I'm gonna push your wheelchair over there for you." And I was like, "That's like okay, I'm going." And I mean, that's how I made a lot of friends that are my age. And then even the simple fact of joining an adult Zoom, because I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm friendly adult. I can do this." And now I'm rooming with one of them. So
The bonds that form are forever. So don't be shy with meeting people. I do know that after sessions, everybody is kind of hanging out in the lobby, the bar area, the restaurants. So you'll probably see a good many of our families just hanging out. So yes, if you are a first time attendee, don't be shy. Don't be shy to meet um, one another. I know our regular attendees are really good about introducing themselves to one another, so that's very helpful.
Not me.
Find me, and I'll bring you to everybody. I promise.
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
I'm not in the least bit shy. And I also never shut up. So like I will talk to everyone and I will introduce everyone else. Like I'll meet someone on day one, even just briefly, and then like the next day I'll be somewhere completely different talking to a different person and be like, "Oh, look, this is the person I met yesterday."
Nikki, you're going to be part of the welcoming committee. You'll probably know everybody's name.
Down.
like an hour or two in. It's just like, Courtney. Courtney, how are you? How are you doing? You good? I haven't checked the chat. Are you chatting today or are you hanging out with us in here? I need to find my chat box. There it is. Courtney usually pops in the chat.
I would
There
say
she is.
for first time attendee parents, if you see
We can hear you, Courtney.
an adult who has a
Okay,
similar disability as your
it's
child,
hard to
feel
tell.
free to
I'm doing all right. Spent today writing and thought I'd hop on to hear about conference and whatnot.
Yes. You're not able to come this year, are you?
No,
Oh,
unfortunately not.
we'll miss you. We'll miss you. All right, Chris, go ahead. First time, were you saying first time parents coming?
I'd say, if you see an adult who has looks like your child in some way, because there's what 400 varieties of us, and so there is probably an adult who looks like your child in some way. Feel free to walk up to us and and ask us questions, and get our viewpoints and tips and tricks. And I've had a couple of parents who've done that with me over the years. And it's been really neat just to share the experiences and see what the kids are doing, and maybe giving them some extra tips and extra helps that might help them, in their daily life. And also too, even adults, it's been fun talking. Like, hey, like I remember one time we were talking about showering, and we were going back and forth. Well, I shower this way or I shower that way, and then having people was like, oh, you know what? I never thought about doing it that way. I think I'm going to try that. So it's just neat. Just feel free to to talk to us, and in even the new adults, just talk with us and bounce ideas back and forth. Like Nikki, was watching, and other people. It's we're pretty open, about what's going on, and we don't have a problem just sharing. This is how we do it. And if one way isn't as practical for you or your child, then some other way I'm sure would come up in a discussion in some way. So that would be one thing is feel free to ask questions without having problems.
And that
Yeah,
was
that's one.
something that like my mom, even if it wasn't something that I personally struggled with, my mom's a super like creative, outside the box thinker. And so there was someone who, oh God, was it Whitney? It might have been Whitney, but she was talking about how she likes wearing necklaces, but she can't hook the necklaces in the back. And my mom worked at Michael's at the time, and she was like, oh, they have like the little magnet. Like you have somebody else clip the two ends onto either side of the magnet, and the magnet comes apart and you can use the magnet that way. And so like even if it's not something that the person that you asks may struggle with, ask them anyways, because like we come up with ways to do things on the fly. Like I said, like even if it's not something that I personally struggle with doing, I can guarantee you I can think of a way to help.
Yep, I agree. At the dinner last year, I was sitting at a table and somebody was in a wheelchair and they were having trouble because their chair was high and the table was low, and they put their tray down and they couldn't eat because they couldn't reach it. And there was other people trying to help them figure out, how to raise the tray up. And I was like, hold on, stay right here. I got this. And I ran over to where the plastic cups were, grabbed the whole stack of them, brought him back. He already had a pile of plates that he was starting to stack up. I turned the plate, I put 4 things of cups down, turned the plates upside down, set it on top of it, locked it in, and put his tray on that. I said, there you go. And it was right at the level he needed. And then I was like, you guys have a good dinner. I'm out.
Nice.
It was one of those, like, I did like a little drive-by fix a dinner table session and went on my way. It's, those kind of ideas. I mean, like you said, Nikki, even if it's not something that you or I have trouble with, we can absolutely help somebody that's trying to figure something out. Because, there's a million ways to do things, and with all the experiences that we all have, there's bound to be one that works.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing too is that we forget a lot of times that we're all so close as families that we don't ever hesitate to ask one another for help. But somebody that's new might, just because they don't know us, they don't know our personalities, they don't know how we roll. But we have helped, numerous family members with various tasks, even after the sessions are over. I remember assisting a few AMCers, at night with either washing their hair or reaching towels that were way, way too high. Some hotels, they put the towels in ridiculous spots, and you're like, I'm short. So, and even just hopping into the bed. We have dads. I know there's a few dads that might be watching. Dads that would help, with getting folks into the bed if that's an issue. So we are one big happy family, and we're all here to help one another have a really great weekend with us. So if that's a hesitation, please message us, because we have a slew of dads that would love to help in any way. And then we have moms who love to mom. So
That actually
I know.
happened with me, was it last conference? Yeah. Yeah, well, last year was in Ohio, right?
Mhm.
I'm not
Yes.
going crazy. I was downstairs with my cousin. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm not gonna lie. And I just really had to go to the bathroom. And I was like, you all can't lift me. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. And I can't remember her name right now. I think her name's Christy. She was one of the AMC moms. And I was like, this is the only able body I see. I know she's an AMC mom because she has her little badge on. So I know she's part of this. So I'm just gonna go up to her and be like, hey girl, you think you can help me go to the bathroom? But she did. She did. I mean,
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning, we found the closest bathroom because I was like doing the pee dance. Like I really had to go. And I just went up and I asked her, and she's like, I mean, I'm not used to lifting, but I'm sure between me and your cousin, we can figure it out. And it took us a good 45 minutes to an hour, but I got to go to the bathroom. So I mean, we figured it out. But it was the fact of like the gesture that she was willing to help, even though she didn't know the exact way we were going to do this. She was like, we're going to figure it out.
Right. And I think that's one of the things that we're actually going to do for this year is just gather a couple of names of volunteers that would be willing to be like on call for some of our families that do need assistance in bathing or toileting or whatever. Just even the simple task of grabbing towels down from a height that they just won't be able to reach. So those are like the simple things, and we want to make sure that our community knows that they can reach out to us should you need help, during conference, during the sessions, find one of us that's on Zoom. They'll know who to go to for help, and we'll have a roster of names to as well, some of the dads that can help with lifting or with luggage. I know those bags can get heavy depending on what you're bringing with you. A whole flagpole. So we definitely want to be of assistance. We are actually we have a team on the ground that lands Sunday, and we actually start work, but we are obviously also available for our AMC families should you come in early. And we're available. We'll likely be in the conference area working, but we do have like an 800 number that you could utilize, and then I'll have a number of on-call folks that are willing, because I know that's one of the things, Felicity, I think it stems from you having to go to the bathroom. One of the moms had mentioned that we should have a list of names of parents that definitely want to be of help to our community should you need, because I know a lot of our AMCers do travel by themselves to conference, and there might be something simple, a simple task of so simple like brushing hair or buttoning a pair of jeans. So I know that we've done a number of those items as well, simple tasks. Really, yeah, just please reach out, email us, let us know, hey, I'm thinking about coming to conference, but I might need help with this. So please don't be afraid to ask. If we can't do it, we'll definitely let you know. But really, honestly, there hasn't been anything that we have said no to. So, but yeah.
I wish I was bringing my best friend with me.
Oh.
She, when we went on a road trip to Washington recently, and the other Nikki, Canadian Nikki, she took the ferry down from Canada and met us in Washington and stayed with us for the weekend. And she was so like, she was concerned because she wasn't bringing her caregiver. It was just her, and she's never traveled alone. And she was like listing off all these things that she would possibly need help with. And I'm like, I have my two best friends who have been helping me out since we were 13. Like, I guarantee you that there's not going to be anything that between them two and me, we can't help you out with.
Right.
And it was just so, it was awesome because she was able to travel on her own and stay with us, and we were able to help her out. It was rad. I wish I could bring Emily.
I think that's pretty much what a lot of our folks do the very first time is they bring a family member, a caregiver, or a friend, a cousin, that can assist with those items, but they're not always available. I know that is a huge week for family events, 4th of July week, 4th of July weekends. That might be the only time the family has approved vacation or approved 4 or 5 days off of work. So I know that sometimes it's difficult to get families to attend, but yeah, I know Felicity, didn't you recently have what was it? Carly and Sherry help you recently?
That was me, Carly, and my 7-year-old sister.
Oh.
And we were in a situation, again, I had to go to the bathroom. Oddly enough, I'm in that situation often. And it was because I drank coffee, which I knew that morning I should not have drank coffee. Well, I did anyways. And I really had to go to the bathroom. I was like,
I know how you feel, Felicity.
yeah. I was like, well, we do have the Hoyer lift, so we just got to figure out how the three of us can figure out how to get this very confusing sling under me. And, between Carly and a 7-year-old and me with some maneuverability, I think we did pretty good. I mean, it was definitely interesting and a lot of laughter. A lot of laughter.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There was
there's
always laughter.
There was just like, I was just laughing because by the time like I had been in the sling and it was like raised up, I was like, Carly, you're pushing me on a swing. Like, I was like, this is so funny. I'm sitting there on Snapchat. I'm like, what's up, guys? I really have to pee, but I had to get this moment on camera. Like, I just watched back on the videos. I'm like, this is great. This is amazing.
So we could definitely put memories after, what is it? Well, there's the after dark memories, but then there's the after dark memories. But the 1
I'm gonna
a.m.
be in all of those.
Oh man. I know and I think I spoke on this the last Together Tuesdays. We were talking about the after dark, everybody getting together after sessions are over and dinners concluded and everybody's just hanging out in the lobby. And I was speaking about how we were doing card games, and I know Chris is probably going to bring one. I think the card game of choice is Cards Against Humanity.
Hold up.
Hold up.
I'm gonna grab something and
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna figure out how to bring it. But
Okay.
I'm gonna show you guys something because you mentioned it. I'll be
Okay,
right
Nikki.
back.
Nikki's got a new after dark activity for the adults. And I do know that we do have a good many adult AMCers. I know that last year we had a group of adult women that got together and talked for a good bit, and I think a few tears were shed. So definitely bring tissues in case you get something stuck in your eye. Not emotional,
People
not at
love to
all.
cut onions.
Yeah.
People love to cut onions at a conference.
Listen. With me coming to Atlanta, listen, I get I'm be crying all of that, but listen, we coming to Atlanta, we coming to have a good time, all right. So let's keep the crying down to a minimum for Uncle Rod, please. Uncle Rod is coming to the aid of a good time now, all right.
Uncle Rod wants to party. We're gonna
That's
turn
right.
up.
We'll definitely be partying. And I will be turning 45 during conference.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, so we
Yeah.
we've
Call
Alright.
call her Grammy.
Grammy.
So
Grammy.
those of
We
you
were
that
at Walmart
know,
earlier and there was a t-shirt I almost bought that said my favorite people call me grandma.
Oh.
Aw.
And that's
those
me.
those of you that know that my boss is paying for me to go to conference, and he's paying for like everything. All I have to do is pay for food.
That's awesome.
And so
Amazing.
because of that, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna check 3 bags and and so I'm going to figure out a way to bring this. But because you mentioned Cards Against Humanity, I have
Uh-oh.
this.
What is that?
That is every expansion pack that exists for Cards Against
Oh,
Humanity,
geez. Jeez.
Wow.
including
Wow.
including third party expansion packs, including like ones that aren't actually Cards Against Humanity, but like they're the same concept, including a whole bunch of written in cards, and this is it's large.
Wow.
It looks large.
It's the whole kit.
And
That's
so
insane. I've never seen one of
I
those
don't know how it's gonna fit in my luggage, but it's gonna fit in my luggage.
That will be a luggage.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
That'll
this
be
is
your-
my this is my carry-on.
It's just
This
so
is my
big.
this is my personal item.
Yeah, exactly.
Just put it.
Let's say the
get it-
bigger
I'll just put it.
sticker
I'll
box.
throw it in my wheelchair and say that it's medical equipment.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I have done something like that because my cushion unzipped, so I'll be shoving stuff in there, and be like, it's my wheelchair. It is my wheelchair. Just ignore the bumps.
Heavy. That box says the bigger, thicker version.
Yeah, it says the bigger, blacker box.
Oh, the bigger. Oh man, that's so funny. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that was my workout for the day.
Yeah.
All right, Nikki. So you're in charge of the card games, and I think Chris is going to bring a board, or not Chris, but Jenny's going to bring the board game. So, what's it called again, Chris? Because I can't remember how to say that.
I have Crokinole, and it's
Okay,
huge.
Crokinole.
It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was, and it's gargantuan.
Gargantuan.
So I
I'll
don't know.
just pick it up. How about if I just ride over there and pick it up and I'll throw it in my car?
I might need you to, because let's see if I can pick it up. Let me see if I can pick it up. Give me a second here, because my
Uh-oh.
friend brought it in here for me, and I haven't tested it, so we'll see. I hope I don't fall over.
I have
Yeah,
tons
please
of
don't
card
fall
games
over.
too. I have like Uno, I have Phase 10,
Oh yeah, it's heavy.
I have Moose Master. I have a ton of card games.
Oh,
my
wow.
god.
It's
It's bigger than you, Chris.
Like a
That looks like the
Wow.
chill.
that looks like the travel bag for my hula hoops.
it's
Yeah.
it's all in here, and it's huge. It's a little weighty. Uh-oh. I just lost my Legos. That's okay.
Hope that
Um,
wouldn't-
So I have to figure out later on too if I do travel outside and well in through the airport, how I can carry that, because I definitely don't want them to be tossing it into the bottom of the airplane.
You should see if you can attach backpack straps to it. Or even like a shoulder strap.
I mean, it's got 3 straps on the one side, so I could probably figure out how to do some type of strapping with it. So yes.
I'll pick it up, Chris.
So, okay. All
Pick it
right.
up. I'll transport it for you to Atlanta.
Awesome. Yay.
Oh, yeah, because that thing looks massive.
It's a
It
good
was-
time.
That's literally probably as big as me.
It looks bigger than Chris.
You could dress up like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and wear it on your back.
That's true.
Paint it
Yeah,
green.
paint it green.
Paint it green, paint it shell green.
Yes.
You guys, prom this year is I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not, but there's only like 8 people online. And about 8 of us here.
I was gonna
So,
say you can't tease us. You already said something.
yeah, so the theme this year is like, so it's come as you are. Prom is always come as you are. You don't have to dress up. But if you want to dress up, you absolutely can dress up to your nines in the most beautiful dresses. But this year they're doing a theme, and it's the 80s, 90s theme, or maybe the 80s theme. I can't remember. I will confirm the prom committee, but it looks like we'll be dressing up and teasing hair and spraying Aquanet.
I'm a scene kid. I tease my hair anyways.
Maybe listen to some old school 80s music.
Yes.
Nice.
So get your outfits ready.
Make an old joke, Felicity.
Watch it now. Watch it now. Some of us are movie days. All right.
They've been here for 2 weeks and I've lost count of the old jokes that I've heard.
Yeah, and Bryce is over here on the Facebook Live calling you Grammy Carly. So
Told you.
Well, at least prom will be quite the throwback.
yes, yes.
Before I was even thought about.
Shut up.
That's crazy.
From my understanding, the party stores have themed accessories, I guess you can say, but I'm sure you can find a lot of those items on the internet.
I am debating whether I want to, because my boss offered to rent me a power chair while I'm there.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
I have a project that I've been working on. And I'm
Uh-oh.
very excited about this project. And it's actually, I got my tax return, so it's actually in motion and not just ideas in my head.
Okay.
I found just a regular, probably like a hospital wheelchair on a Buy Nothing group locally.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm like, okay, for a free wheelchair, I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna reupholster like the back and the seat. I'm gonna paint it. So I have a buddy who has a friend who does powder coating, and his friend is powder coating it hot pink right now.
Oh, nice.
I bought LED front wheels for it. So the front wheels will, not the push wheels, but the front wheels will light up.
Cool.
I got hot pink hand rim covers. And my friend who has a sewing machine is working on reupholstering the back and everything.
Nice.
See, all the more reason why you should be like the first person everyone sees when we arrive at conference. Cause I mean, hello, you're gonna
So
be
this is all just solidifying the fact that the hoop that I'm going to bring, I'm not bringing one of my standard hoops. I am bringing my $300 LED hoop that
Okay.
has 12,000 patterns programmed into it.
Nice.
I'm gonna have my own talent show.
Can I dance?
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
You
I can do
dance.
like circles in my chair.
Do you have light up shoes?
I freaking wish.
Get some light up shoes before conference.
All right, I'm gonna look because I fit in the kids section anyway.
Exactly.
Well, I was gonna say you can get cheap ones off of Wish or Temu.
Yes.
I thought it was Temu.
Tamu.
Temu. I thought that was established at the Super Bowl. It's not Temu, it's Temu.
Well, but if you read if you go to download the app, the description has it like written out for pronunciation and it's written Temu there.
Huh.
Yes, and they said the commercials last year said Temu too. So there's
Yeah.
a bunch of fun memes.
They're just trying to make fun of us.
Temu,
Yeah.
Temu.
So Ani,
Yeah,
I
some,
signed up for one of the sports activities,
Fun.
or I put my
Nice.
name.
Oh yeah. We
I
all
filled
signed
out
up for rock climbing too.
Oh,
We
oh,
did.
I did rock climbing
Yep.
too.
Oh, awesome.
I signed
Very
up
cool. Did you sign up too, Chris?
for biking.
For
Nice.
biking?
I'm a
Nice.
little weird about heights, so I'm like, no, on the rock climbing.
Okay. Very cool. If you are coming to conference, there is an adaptive sports activity happening Wednesday morning with Kim Kolstad and her team. And it's going to be amazing. There's 3 different adaptive sports you can choose from. So there's wake surfing, mountain biking, and then what's the other one, Ted?
Rock climbing.
Rock climbing.
Rock climbing. Rock.
I want to surf.
I'll post
wake
it
surf.
right now.
You can sign up.
Sign up.
I
know.
can when I register. I can't register till March 1st.
I signed
Yeah,
up
yeah.
already, and I'm not registered yet.
Yeah, you can sign up for the adaptive sports
Yep.
part. Yes.
I want to surf.
There's just a $20 reservation fee for that, but if you have any issues paying for the reservation, it's just to
My boss might help.
your commitment to so that way they know that you're coming. So, and there's only a limited number of spots for each of the sports. So
Yeah, and
definitely-
if they do fill up, you go on a waiting list because you never know. That's how they're kind of doing it. First come, first serve type of thing.
it's going to be a whole lot of fun, and the group
Yeah, it
that's
is.
coming is amazing. So we're really excited about the adaptive sports, and all the information for the adaptive sports is on our website on the conference in the conference area, and they are also fundraising to do their activities. I believe they are fundraising about $11,000 to support the activities that they will be hosting for our attendees. So if you would like to sponsor or donate to that event, that's Wednesday morning before conference starts. So conference will start later in the evening. So you'll be able to enjoy an adaptive support activity prior to conference start. So exciting. I'm excited to see you guys. It'll be here before we know it. All right, it is 10 o'clock. It is time for us to wrap up, y'all. Thank you for joining us and hanging out with us. See you next week. Come hang out with us next week.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Bye,
we will-
everyone.
We'll be back. Tonight's secret word, if for those that are watching, the first person to email it in is Cupid, because tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so why not?
Oh, happy
If-
Valentine's Day, y'all. Birthday, birthday. Love y'all.
First person to email it in to info@amcsupport.org. We'll get some swag from the shop. And once again, we want to thank everybody for joining us. And we'll see everybody next Tuesday on the 20th. And be safe and be
Or-
strong, people.
Or you'll see this group on Saturday on Zoom.
Or Saturday on Zoom.
Saturday on Zoom. Link is on our Facebook and website. Don't forget, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Drop in anytime from 8 to like 4 in the morning. They're talking.
Literally.
Yeah, it's true.
Uncle Rod goes to bed before all of that, and
That's true too.
Uncle Rod's old. He can't do that.
So does Grammy Carly mostly most of the time anymore.
Not anymore. that
Grammy
Felicity
Carly-
lives here.
No,
Grammy-
I've been going logging off earlier since you've been here than I usually.
Oh.
did. You
So I'm the Grammy.
So Uncle Rod will be there from 8 to 9. And then Grammy Carly will probably log off at 9:01.
Grammy Carly usually just falls asleep on camera.
I haven't done that in a few years.
He's lying.
Right, right. I'm not totally old, so I will stay till at least 11 o'clock. Well,
Oh.
at least 10 o'clock my time. At least 10 o'clock my time.
Come on, say hi. Come on.
And I sometimes show up around like 10:30, 11.
Oh, Sierra's the late. Okay, got you. I'm there at midnight to say hi sometimes when Bryce reminds me. All right, y'all. See you next week.
Take care.
See you
Thanks
later.
for joining us.
Bye, my
Later.
friends. Thanks for
Bye.
joining.
See you later.
Bye,
See ya.
Facebook.